Good evening. Welcome. This is Barb, writer, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Michigan. How are you tonight? Welcome, everyone. It is July 3rd, 2025. Who is with me? Hi, Sue, and happy 4th of July to you. Hopefully, it doesn't look like I have a big lag like I have been, but I still have one. But I'll take a little less lag. I don't know. Hopefully we can get this worked out. It's crazy because good internet. And I guess I've been hearing that other people are having problems with Facebook too. So I don't know. If you're watching the replay on the YouTube, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I hate this lag. Hi Nancy, hi Margaret, hello everybody, hi June. Good, I'm glad you can hear me okay. I feel like what I see on my phone is that my voice is not matching. It's not matching. So that's the thing. Thank you, Margaret, for sharing. I sure appreciate that. So hopefully you guys will be okay. I'm going to turn the camera down in a minute and share some projects with you. Who else is on here? I also had to find a way to create my event. Facebook changed something else there. I don't know. I hate it, but you know, YouTube, I can go live on YouTube. Will you guys follow me? I would be interested to know. If I did a YouTube live, would you be able to follow me there? So I would be curious to know. Okay. Well, I'm going to turn this down so I'm not hearing myself here. And I am going to turn the camera down and we'll get started. Welcome everybody as you're coming in. Thank you for being here. I hope that you'll enjoy. Yeah, I just don't get it. It's crazy. Hello, hello. You would? All right. Hi, Sue DeVue. Sure would follow me. Okay. All right. I might try. I might try that. The only other option is to, yeah, I might need to get some here again. We'll see if I can talk a couple IT guys into helping me out. All right, let's turn down the camera. We're going to use some online exclusives, okay? Of course, we'll have projects or product that is in the main catalog, such as cardstock and ribbon, things like that. Awesome. Hi, Diana. All right. All right. Thank you guys for letting me know. We'll figure it out. I just feel like I don't have enough hours in the day with me still working full time. So anyway, all right, let's turn the camera down. Let's see here. All right, it's a few minutes. It's a little bit of a lag, but anyway. Okay, so the first thing we're going to use is we're going to use one of the in colors from last year that I love a lot. I've been using it a lot. This is Summer Splash, and we have some parts and pieces that we're going to be using. We're going to be, let me grab everything over here. We're going to stamp set. Now this bundle is currently, I just checked it before I came on here, and of course something's out of stock, but we're going to be using textured, whoops, bring it down here, the textured notes. This is the stamp set I'm going to use for tonight's, for this project, okay? The stamp set is available. A lot of the stuff in the suite is available. I believe it's the dies that are causing the bundle to not be available. So let's see. Does it look bright enough for in the camera? I'm looking at my phone. See my phone? And I don't know if is that bright enough for you guys? Hopefully it is. I can bring my little lamp over here if we need more light. The other product we're going to use tonight is the Irresistible Designs 12 by 12. I had to look at my cheat sheet over here on the side. The 12 by 12 paper. If you're interested in that, the number is 165305. And the technique we're going to use is basically color, it's like embossed resist. So let me grab my paper here. We're going to need this. I have cut a piece of the irresistible paper here. I don't know, there you can see it, the design in there. Looks good. Okay, great. Thank you for helping me out there, Diana. I have cut a piece at 2 inches by 5.5 inches. And we're going to take, remember our round sponges, you guys, that we used to have as one of our tools? I cut these up. I think this is my last one. Anyway, I have a piece of the sponge. Now, you could use your blending brush and you could take a sponge dauber, but I found that using this sponge really makes the difference. So that's the first thing we're going to do here. We're going to go ahead and do our resist on this paper. So I am just pinching it at my little point there and getting some ink. And I'm actually just going to tap this around. It gives it a very textured look when you do it like this, opposed to swiping it, like swirling it. So this is the look that I'm going for. And I want to rub it off like blending brushes. We are going to use blending brushes in the next project. So tonight is kind of an ink blending technique, I guess. Now, after I've got all this done, you can actually take your brush. After I've got the ink absorbed in the areas that don't have the embossing, I'm going to do this. Okay. Now, I'm going to leave that because we're going to use it. I have a paper towel here. I'm going to take the paper towel and I'm basically going to rub over this so that the ink will come off of the embossed areas and you'll be able to see the design of this paper with the ink kind of behind it. You guys probably remember this technique, maybe if you've been stamping a while. If you're new to stamping, it might be a new technique. Let me bring it closer. See that? You can still see how pretty that is. You can see that design. Okay? So we're going to set that aside. Now I have cut this from, one of the new dies, the Flowers of Bloom, or it's on my shelf. It's in the new catalog. It's in the annual catalog. But we're going to use this to stamp on. And again, texture notes, I'm going to be using the larger, well, I'll just show you. We're going to be using this for some texture on the side. This is like the basket weave, and then this leaves, and then our sentiment. So let's go ahead. The first thing I want to do on this right here, we're not done with our sponging yet. Let's ink this up. And I'm going to stamp this once, full strength. Okay. And then I'm not going to ink up again, and I'm going to stamp it down a little bit. Alrighty. And I'm going to huff on it a little bit to re-moisten any ink that's still there. And I think I'll just come up there, and I don't know if you can see, bring this up to the camera a little more. If you can see the design, well, it's in person, you can see it. There you go. You can see the shadow a little bit here and here. That's kind of what I want. Alrighty. So there's that. And then the next thing, and again, this is the summer chromatic card. Thanks for joining me, you guys, for hopping on here. I'm going to use the sentiment a little and ink this up. And then I've cut this out of the Stylish Shape dies. Come in a little closer so I can stamp on here. Hopefully it's straight. It's a little crooked, but it'll do. We'll be all right. So there's that. On the inside of the card, this goes on the inside of the card. I actually think I'm going to go ahead and ink up these leaves again, and I'm going to stamp on the inside. So let's just do one. And again, before I'm going to just stamp it again to the side, giving a little bit of shadow, huffing to re-moisten that ink a little bit, and I've got that right on the bottom. Nice. Can you see that there? I don't know. Can you see the shadows? It's pretty. Okay, that's what we have in our stamping. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. Our basic card is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. Lastly, I'm going to stamp on the front. I'm going to take this kind of circle piece. I'm not really sure. I'm going to start off and I'm going to stamp where that's going to go. Okay, I don't know if that's quite dark enough. I'm going to do full strength. I'm going to stamp again. It's going to be covered up. Well, golly molly. I think I'm going to stamp off. Okay, ink up, stamp off, and then we're going to just add this design just to give some more texture on this card. So ink up, stamp off, ink up, stamp off, and that is what I want. It's not a very, you can see it lightly. All it does is give a little bit of texture there. We're going to cover this up, but I wanted to do a test, and that was my test. Okay, let's clean these off. I'd be curious, how many of you have the Textured Notes bundle with the rectangle, the textured rectangle dies? They're awesome, but those are probably, I'm positive, that are out of stock. So there's that. We've got all our parts and pieces. Lastly, I'm going to go back to my sponge. I'm going to take that sponge and I'm going to just go around the edges to give me a little extra color on my oval here. Now this would look pretty in all different colors, but I already had this cut out from when I had done this particular project. I'll show you the sample, and I think I might have already shown it to you in other videos. You got the bundle, Nancy? Sue has the bundle. Hi, Carol. Sue, I think you've sent me a couple cards with that bundle and done some swaps. I know it's nice. It's a nice, and you can actually use that more for a that bundle can be a great one for some masculine cards, especially with that paper that comes in the suite. I have my little piece here. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do this again. All right, ink it up, but I'm gonna stamp it off, and I'm gonna put some texture. Ooh, that's too much, but it is what it is. On my piece here. I'll show you the sample why I decided I wanted to do that. Let's see if I can get more. Oh, I just ruined. All right, we're going to do this again on the back side, and I'm just going to kind of in that. Okay, that's way better. So now I have to stamp the sentiment again. So yeah, let me see here. I stamped it a little crooked the first time anyway, so let's see if I can get this a little straighter. Okay, that's better. It just gives it a little bit of the design, the texture design that I have on the side on the white. It's not very heavy, but it's there, especially when you can see it in person. So, Diana, you don't have the set. Yeah, the dies are amazing. Sue DeVue says, use the dies all the time. I know, they're so okay. I love when they give us a big variety of sizes that we can use with all types of stamp sets, you know. I love that. Okay, we are done stamping this one. You're going to love the next card, you guys. Hopefully you'll love this one too. All right, so here's what we have. we're going to take our paper here and see this is going to go right over on this side. So let's put that down. And again, this is it's called Irresistible Designs 12 by 12 specialty paper. Going to leave a little bit on the edge over here, a little bit of the color over here. Kind of burnish that down a little better. Okay. Then this is going to go here. Now see how it covered up that really dark spot there? But that's what I want. That's going to go there. This actually is going to get popped up. But before that we do that, I am sad that this is on the last chance list. This is the iridescent ribbon. And I have used this so much because it really takes on different colors when what you use. And it's one of your favorite bundles. Awesome. But I love doing the ribbon behind. So we're just going to do this zigzag here. So I'm going to, and then once I get about what I want, I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. So like that, like that. All I'm doing right this moment is getting an idea of how much I need. So that's what I kind of need. So let's cut that off. There we go. And that's not too bad. I think I'm just gonna shift it a little bit. I think that needs to come down in here. There we go. It's kind of like making a Z behind your project. So I've got that. Let me hold it in place. Kind of like that. I can reach behind me here and get my tape. Let's take this tape and just tape it down. I want to pull that there. There we go. Pull this here. Okay, got it. Let me see. Yep, that looks pretty good. Grab some dimensionals, and I want to use every bit of these dimensionals. So here, come on. Hi, Shar. Welcome. Thanks for joining this. If you're watching the replay on my YouTube channel, I would love to know by sharing a little comment that you're watching the replay. If you're watching the replay on Facebook, me a little shout out there. Remember that with Facebook, they take away videos every 30 days. And so they delete them. So if you're ever thinking of, okay, what did Barb do in 2022? You can go to my YouTube channel, which is Barb Ryder. Can see my videos there that I've uploaded. Okay, so there we go. And so this, and so see, I should have put it down here because this loops are a little bit too big. Checked it before I did this, but oh well. We're just winging it here, girl. And I'll cut this off. See there? There we go. Get that. Oh, now I'm stuck. Ugh. Golly molly. I think I need a different one more. Because I popped that up there. Let's stick that down. Okay. Please work now. I think we got it. One piece off a little bit. Okay, there. That's way better. I'll cut this down. All right, so that's what we got. We're going to cover that up a little bit, just like that. Let me trim this again, just a sliver. Beautiful. All right, what's next? Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. That's what we have so far. Now, this is our inside, so let's go ahead and put that down. And let's do that. Put this on the inside. So this is our first card, and it is one of the online exclusives. Now we had some brand new ones just drop in on July 1st. Okay, I'll show you one of those in just a moment here. But oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I've got some samples to show you too with one of the new stamp sets that goes with our. Oh, my hair is killing me. It was so nice out coming home. I decided to leave my windows down, and so my hair is crazy. that's where I'm at. Right. When I came home from work, left my window down. Okay, here's my little sentiment. Just kind of put that right here. We're gonna pop that up with some dimensionals also. And again, I need to do some cutting here because all I have left is the outside. So this is the bad side I stamped. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's the good side. This is the bad side. I hate when that happens, but oh well. No mistakes in stamping. We can always fix, right, guys? All right, we are going to put this right here, just like that. Okay, so there's what we have so far. I probably should have went around the edges of that, but maybe it's okay. We're going to put some little gems on here, and it goes, these right here are foil gems. I am pretty sure they're still available. They go super well with this ribbon. So let's grab some of these and put them on our card. And we will be done with card number 1. All right. So let's grab, here is a bigger one kind of by itself. So let's do that. And a small. And then here's one just float. So let's come down there. Okay, there we go. Number 1. Pretty. In person, you can see the shadows behind and this 2-step stamping I did there. Now, I used, and I think I showed this on another video, but I used Spotlight on Nature is what I had used initially. So I don't know who might have that one and who doesn't. I just wanted to highlight some online exclusives since I haven't, well, because I got new ones. And if you don't go to the website, if you go to the website and check out the online exclusive, you're missing a ton. All right, I'm going to pull this one in. This is the Spotlight on Nature. Okay, now see, I use a little cross hatching here as the design on this side. This one's really pretty, but I wanted to use something that was okay. Oh, look, is heavier leaf. This one is a little more airy, I guess is the right word. This matches awesome paper with this particular paper. So there you go. You guys, glad you like it. Our one is I saw this in the when I saw this stamp set in the pre-order, that's something we do as demonstrators is pre-order. I knew right away that I needed this stamp set, and that is called Prairie Grass. The sentiments are, sometimes life is hard, so very sorry, my shoulder is yours, sending power of love, not alone, and then you've got these images that you can use with markers, which I haven't had time to do all the things I want with this yet, but because I just got some of the things. But I'm going to show you, this was in my mind when I for this stamp. So anyway, they are at 85% size. So let me show you. All right, this here next to it, you can see bigger the actual image on the stamp. All right, so it is bigger. Okay, So we're going to be using that image. I'm going to go ahead and use some of the new in colors. Secret Sea, Darling Duckling, Tiger. We're going to start out with Timid Tiger and some blending brushes here. And I just, you know, I use images all the time that I cut out, and I have all these pieces left. So I took a circle piece. This is an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of basic white. And I'm just gonna, I don't know if I need to, but I'm gonna lay this down just to be safe. And I am gonna take this, and I want this circled about right there, but I want to be at, you know, just like that. Now, if you wanted to, you could take a little something and lay it down there so that you are this will hold in place, or, you know, Prairie Grass is on your wish list. All right, Sue DeVue, you need it. You do need it. All right, we're going to start out with the orange, which is the Timid Tiger. I just need some space. I feel like I don't have space here. I'm just going to grab some ink, and I just get across and tap off that heaviness beforehand. I'm going to start off because I don't want this, I don't want to have a big blotch here. But we're going to start out at the bottom of the Timid Tiger. Okay, so I'm just taking the brush and going around the edge here, making sure I'm not getting on this part, but right in that circle. So I'm using die cut piece that would be thrown out otherwise, and I'm going to use it as stencil. Okay, I want this a little bit darker, so again I'm going to come off and then onto what I'm doing here, and I want it a little darker on the bottom and just come up. Hopefully that is showing through. I'm looking at my phone to see if that's showing through on my phone too. Okay, so that's what I have so far. All right, I'm going to go ahead and let's go to the yellow, which is Darling Duckling, and grab some of that ink and stamp that off. Hold this in place, and then I'm going to do the same thing starting from the top and coming into the orange. This is just going lightly and just bringing the colors to where you want them, and just one step at a time. That's how you get this beautiful blend. And after I'm looking at this, I can see I really want more of the orange. I've got enough of the yellow now. I want a little bit darker on this orange, on the Timid Tiger. Oh, stay in place. There we go. In place. There we go. All right. I'm going to hold it. Just come in here, pushing a little bit harder. Okay. And then bringing a little bit of orange up to that yellow. All right. So let's see what we got. Okay. Let's remove this. Look at the magic. Isn't that beautiful? Let me bring it up closer so you can see the orange at the bottom. I feel like it's not showing up as good as I would like it to in this lighting. I don't know. I think that I don't know what the difference is. I don't know if I can move this camera a little bit. Anyway, it's gorgeous in person, you guys. It's absolutely gorgeous. So there's that. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to use Secret Sea. Move these over out of the way. We're going to use Secret Sea to stamp our image. Okay. And when I have a large stamp like this, I like to take my ink pad and go to my stamp. Okay. Just like this. Like this. And it's pretty juicy. I'm not sure I want it that juicy. So of course, C is a pretty new stamp pad, and so it's pretty juicy. Actually, let's do this. Oh, darn. Okay. I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna stamp it onto my scrap over here. I want to see if it gives me blurred images. No, I guess that's pretty good. Okay, I guess I won't have to do this. What I do is I take a plastic spoon and I just take this and push it on the ink pad and push the ink down into the pad a little bit. I didn't do it this time because I think I'm okay. But what that does is it's not as juicy and doesn't give you like bubbles. So here we go. Okay, ink this up. That's good. I'm going to go ahead and close this for the moment. We're going to use it for our sentiments here. I did a little bit on the edge and I'm going to wipe that off because I don't want that on to accidentally get on my card because I will have to push on this large stamp and I don't want that to come off on my card. I know some people still cut the edges of their stamps or cut to their rubber stamps because of this. There we go. Okay, let's take our card. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to look at the front. Okay, my image has a little bit of space at the bottom and I'm going to look at the back. It has a little bit of space at the bottom. I want this very low. So let's take this. Might help. I'm going to stand. I have to stand up to see where I'm going here. I want this to come into that sun. And I'm going to try to hold it with my pinky here. If you have a Stamparatus, this is perfect for a Stamparatus. Okay, let's push this down, making sure we get a good image on our card. All right, let's hope it's good after doing this beautiful sunset, right? Okay. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. I love it. All right, so there's that. Next, we're going to go ahead with this image that says, "So very sorry." And we're going to stamp that right here. And there's one last thing I'm going to do just to add a touch. I wonder how that comes out. Beautiful. That's going to go right here. "So very sorry." Like that. And, oh, on the inside, I'm going to use the "Sending the Healing Power of Love." And that's going to be in the Secret C. I want to make sure I don't get it all over the edges. Beautiful. Okay. All right. "Sending the Healing Power of Love." There we are. Okay. The last thing we're going to do is, of course, you guys know that we have Stampin' Blends in all of our colors. So I'm going to grab the dark. I'm going to use the brush tip end, and we're going to do some speckles all over the card here. So this is no layers, just a beautiful, simple card. We need these sometimes, right? Okay. I'm going to take the brush tip end, I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm simply going to click this, and I am hitting it pretty hard because I want speckles all over my card. Okay. Hopefully the pictures at the end, you'll be able to see these. So there's that. Okay. Let's see if you can, I don't know if you can see the speckles, but they're there. It looks great. Now, if you're afraid of stamping right on the card like this, you could take a layer and do like a 4 by 5 1/4 and then on that and then put it onto your front of your card base. But here we are. Now you can add gems to this. I don't even know if I don't know what gems should I use on this, you guys. What do you think? I'm going to take that off here so you can see it better. What gems? I don't know. I'm looking. to see what gems I have that would nicely with this. Something pretty subtle. What about these? What about these are the antique pearls? Should I add gems? There's the antique pearls. You just got it, Sue. Oh, I'm glad that you like it. Let's see. I'm looking for any other I'm looking. What about I don't want it too bright because it's kind of a sympathy card. I'm looking at my dots here and to see what we should do. Let's see here. I know I have something else that I should have already had these out, you guys. I'm sorry, but I don't. So, what do you think about the antique pearls? Should I even add anything? This is the antique pearls. What do you think? I could add, I could add 2 here. I think these might be okay. Should I add them? If you want to see Barb do the chicken and banana. Oh, okay. Okay, girl. Okay. Chaslin works with me, you guys. So we don't have a weirdo in our midst posting. That is funny. So anyway, she works with me and she's quite the character. And she told me she was going to come on here and tell me I had to do the chicken banana. This thing on TikTok. Oh gosh, girl. You are so funny. All right. I think we're going to go ahead with the pearls. I think I'm going to add those. And let's grab our pick tool here. Let's see. Now, these actually sizes. I don't know if you have these or not, but they're nice. They pick up, see how nicely they go, this orange and the sun. So you can tell, but they look pretty in person. Let's see here. All right, let's go ahead and grab one of the large ones. Like that. Let's grab a medium. And then there's a tiny one here. Let's see, should we do it there? Here? I think we'll just come on this side and do that. Super, just a little bit of accent there. What do you think? What do you guys think? Can you see the colors very well? Anyway, that is a card. It's so pretty. And Chaslin, my girls love me that are on. Want me to be embarrassed with the chicken banana dance. That's funny. We have a good time at work. She told me she was going to come on here. She knows I do my class in the replay. Thank you, Sue. I'm glad that you like it. Let me get this here. You like it? You're funny, Chaslin. All right, let me move out of the way. And I've got some samples to show you. I'll put the ones that we did tonight, I'll put them at the end. But let me share with you. Now, this one that I told you we did in our last week, I shared this card right here. I made this one with you guys. This is one of the other papers in the Irresistible 12 by 12. Thank you guys. Thank you, Pam. So this is one that we did and using that same resist paper last week. This is from last week's live. So if you want to see this one, you can go back to last week and check it out. But I wanted to share with you that I did this. Now I've been playing a little bit because it's Christmas in July here. I'm doing an in-person bingo on the 19th. And so I've been playing with some of the Christmas things so that we can come up with some ideas. We share one of the fun techniques or one of the cards. I don't know if this will be on the bingo. It's just one that I did. Look at this. This is some new paper that's just came out in the online exclusives. And you've got this stamp set that's also from the online exclusives. This is one of them. But what do you think? What do you think about that? Then on the back, check it out. I'm excited, and it does stand. See that? So this and this, I haven't done the third image in there yet. Thank you. So there's one sample. Let me share some others with different product. Okay, if you follow the Stamp with Barb Writer, you'll see that I shared that I was working with some new product, and this one is using the Snowflake embossing folder, which I believe is on the last chance list. It's awesome to go with the little snowman, and we have our new catalog coming out September, so we'll see if there's any snowmen in there. So this is the gingham paper and two-tone cardstock. This is using the new, I don't have the stamp set over here, but it's a new jar set. Okay, here is a jar set and that two-tone cardstock. See that with the white, and that's a new folder. Also in the jar set, some new ribbon, some new dots, and paper that is actually retiring, so grab it while you can. But I did a little bit of gold embossing here, but look at that ribbon. Isn't that pretty? This is using Sending Love dies at the bottom there. So yeah, I was playing that set a little bit, and I have one more I can share. This is with the Holly Jolly set, and there's a die that does the cutting. It also does embossing. And yeah, this is one of the squares in the, it's in the stamp set. It's in the bundle. So there you go with the sparkle dots that I used on the other. Isn't that fun? And then on the inside, I used, I cut out some of the holly leaves, embossed. And this is soft seafoam and berry. Thank you. There you go. So there's some samples for you. Let me go ahead and bring in the cards that we did tonight. These two right here. Hopefully you can see those pretty well. I'm going to do one quick thing. I'm going to try to bring this in a little closer to see, so you guys can see a little bit better. See if you can see the details better. There we go. Hopefully it's not too big. But yeah, that's our two cards for tonight. Thank you for being here. I hope that you guys will try out some of the techniques with the blending brushes, but this is so pretty in person. I can't even tell you. And then this one too with the glitzy and glimmer. And yeah, so I don't know if Chaslin is still on here. I'll do the chicken banana for you tomorrow, Chaz. All right, guys. Thank you again. I hope that you have a great evening. I'm going to go ahead and pull the camera up to just my face. And thanks, Carol. Thank you. Thank you. Let's switch over and I will say good night. You guys have a wonderful evening. Happy 4th of July. Enjoy the weather here in Michigan. And we will see you next. Oh, by the way, next Wednesday I'll be on. I have an appointment Thursday. I won't be able to be on Thursday. So Wednesday I'll be here and I'm going to do something fun. It is going to be using, remember I told you those inspiration sheets? We're going to be using this inspiration sheet and we're going to be making some Christmas cards, use layouts. And I'll have a purchase special with you and that you can get a free card kit and one of those inspiration sheets. So more details coming for next Wednesday. You guys have the great holiday weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.